Another rock and roller has said to Paul Ryan, "Stop the music," that is, stop playing my music. Who is it? We're going to ask Chris Farley. He is, among many things here, he is the editor of our Speak Easy blog on arts and entertainment. Twisted Sister this time.
Yeah, it's Twisted Sister. This follows on the heels of Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, who found out that Paul Ryan was a fan of his music and quickly wrote a piece for Rolling Stone saying, basically, stop listening to my music. I don't like you. You're the kind of person that I was raging against all these years. Well, now it's Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. Paul Ryan was playing his song, the Twisted Sisters hit song, 1984 song, We're Not Going to Take It, and Dee Snider said he wasn't going to take it anymore, and he doesn't want Paul Ryan to use that song. Now, this happens all the time in music. Some politicians, it's typically Republican politicians, play music from some act they like, and that act says, no, stop doing it. I have no affiliation with you politically. This offends me. This is a problem for me.
So they clearly, you may not know the legal part of this, but they clearly haven't asked permission in advance because they would have gotten the no, up front. Do they have to stop if the artist asks them to?
Well, politically, they have to stop because if you're playing music from someone who says, listen, I don't identify with your politics, that undercuts the very message you're trying to send. You're trying to, really kind of catapult yourself off of their sound. You're trying to link your message to their message, and if that message is dissonant, then it doesn't work for you. So regardless of what the legal consequences are, the political consequences aren't good when an artist comes out and says, listen, I don't want this guy playing my music.
Public relations nightmare, particularly now where we've got Twitter where everybody can feel that, hashtag stop playing my song all day long. Tom Petty, he had a song George W. Bush was using, when, I Won't Back Down. What happened with that in 2000?
Well, Tom Petty threatened to sue if he kept using the song I Won't Back Down. Later on, Michelle Bachmann also used his song All-American Girl or American Girl, and he didn't like that either. So he's really gone out and challenged politicians who have used his songs in ways that he doesn't like. I mean, it probably would make more sense for people who want to use a musician's songs, try to make sure that they're on board with you politically. Maybe use Ted Nugent if you're a Republican. Maybe use some Bruce Springsteen if you're a Democrat or you're espousing some values that Bruce is going to buy into. Because otherwise, you run into these problems, these 24-hour news cycle stories where people report on the musician protesting your use of their song. It's not good for the politician. It's a distraction from what they really want to talk about.
But when it works, it can work really well. I mean, people who remember the 1992 election with Bill Clinton, I mean, the "Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow," I think that was Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
I mean, that will, for people who watch that election, that will forever be identified, and it worked. It worked really well for them.
Again, it worked because the message and the politicians' values, ended up linking up. And Fleetwood Mac didn't have a problem with him using the song. In fact, they even performed the song for him, so that worked. But the problem is when there's an issue between the politics of the musician and the politics of the person who's actually using the song. We saw that in 1984 with Ronald Reagan. When Ronald Reagan made a reference to Bruce Springsteen in a speech, Bruce had the song Born in the USA out at the time. He thought that somehow the values of his song were being co-opted because the song really is a song that says America needs to do better, and not really a song. Everything's perfect, it's morning in America again. And so he came out against the use of the themes of his song and his music being used by Reagan.
All right, well, Paul Ryan's 0 for 2 right now. We'll see what he comes up with next. Chris Farley, thanks so much for being with us here.
Thank you.